And we're going to find out what they've done for game 2 to get ready for this one, because I don't know, it's anyone's guess. Both of these guys, I think, are going to be relatively unpredictable in this match, with ErA, of course, and Ostkaka needing a little bit of change in this game.
Oh, and we're seeing a big change. That's an Annoyatron, 2 Divine Favors and a Blessing of Kings. This is that Paladin deck that's got a little favor, got very favorable a couple weeks ago. A lot of players starting to play it, saying it punishes all the bad hands.
Yeah, I'm curious exactly what he thinks about this matchup with ErA here too. You know, if he thinks he's playing something like Handlock, Divine Favor may be kept in his hand.
Yeah, now I think you might see him, keep 1, as a hedge here, and yeah, that's what's going to happen. He's going to keep 1 as a hedge here. This is how I usually mulligan with this deck, by the way. Divine Favor is so good in this matchup, and this hand is a good hand as well.
Wow, what a start for Ostkaka. He might be able to completely punish ErA for this choice of strategy.
I love seeing this out of Ostkaka. We saw a little bit out of him in his last matchup, and he actually got 2 wins in it. And if it wasn't for the reverse sweep from RDU, he would have a win on the board here. I want to see different stuff from Ostkaka because, yeah, you've been getting unlucky, but whatever you've been doing, it hasn't been working.
Yeah, ErA too, I really like this game plan from him. Understands that against this deck, that Divine Favor is a major threat. So I actually expect him to keep his hand size a little bit lower than normal and try to get to a point where he feels very safe taking on the game.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what do you do? Do you Dark Bomb the Argent Squire here and then Mortal Coil it? Like, I mean, do you Mortal Coil the Shielded Minibot, then Dark Bomb that just to get cards out of your hand? Are you really worried about something like Divine Favor to where you start to break the back of your own deck? You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of it's a weird dichotomy that you've got going here because the point of your deck is drawing cards.
Yep, so he's going to Mortal Coil the Shielded Minibot, and then he's going to Dark Bomb the Argent Squire. He's setting up a Shadow Flame here. So Ostkaka, I mean, maybe he realizes this.
Yeah, he's going to read into that for sure.
And so now, how do you actually adjust to this, though?
You put a Blessings of Kings on a Shielded Minibot, and you go upstairs.
Do you go upstairs, or do you clear the 4/5?
Okay, so like if you clear the 4/5, what happens?
Remember, this can't attack right now. Ancient Watcher is
6/2.
I mean, how badly does it get punished by Defender of Vargas? How badly does it get punished by Shadow Flame? These are options that Ostkaka particularly, he's going to think through everything.
Yeah, I mean, he does have an Abusive Sergeant with an Arcane Golem behind this to start really pushing through a ton of damage, so I think that's going to, weigh into his considerations. I would just get super aggressive, Blessing of Kings, and go upstairs.
Well, we're going to find out if he's going upstairs or not, because he's definitely Blessing of Kings in his turn. And this is a big moment. If he attacks the Ancient Watcher, he sets himself up for Hellfire. If he goes to the Dome, maybe risks something like an Iron Begal to take care of this. He's going upstairs.
Iron Begal is going to be good no matter what here because he has an Ancient Watcher in play. So, and he gets to dodge the big game hunter. You got to love that.
Yeah, ErA's got to feel uncomfortable.
I think this is actually just the spot where I think Ostkaka almost wins the game from here.
Yeah, he's got to play this big game hunter, and then Ostkaka's got multiple ways to start fighting against this once again.
Yeah, do you just play it slow here and use Consecration?
Well, I think that you go for the Abusive Sergeant. Frankly, you just get extra stuff on board.
Just trade up.
Yeah, I think
from
so.
the Argent Squire here as well, because I mean, it's
going to prevent you from Mortal Coil.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a liability because of Mortal Coil. Yeah.
It depends though. Like, he's going to have a 2/1 on board though. He doesn't really protect himself from Mortal Coil, but he takes care of a Knife Juggler. He takes care of a big game hunter in this spot. So he's removing some of the vulnerability from it, while at the same time putting on this board position. So there's 2 different ways to look at this, really.
Yeah. Now,
the other thing too is this is obviously a signal from Shadow Flame from ErA, so he's got to do something to take care of that.
Yeah, I was going to say, he still has to keep in consideration the fact that, there was a Shadow Flame in ErA's hand going forward from here.
6/6 on turn 3 is not a joke, though. Hellfire gets drawn, and so a glimmer of hope now for ErA is going to take 6 more damage. I mean, if he draws something like a Molten Giant, he's looking great in this game.
Ooh, Shielded Minibot, that's a really good one here.
This Arcane Golem's coming down. He's
going to get 10 in here. ErA's going to be down to 6. A lot of cards in Ostkaka can finish this game off next turn.
Yep.
Because ErA's going to have to go down to 3 here.
ErA has done a fantastic job of fighting against a Divine Favor, but just not the tools in his hand to get it done. He isn't even going to try to win this game afterwards.
Well, maybe this match will be quick.
Just needs too much stuff afterwards to deal with it. I'd like to see him try to get a little bit more information. Maybe he sees a different minion from Ostkaka. He can use every little bit of information to his advantage.